You're listening to Fast Facts, Ask the Expert DSO edition with Andrew Johnston, brought to you in part by Cranberry, supporting clinicians for more than 30 years. Stay tuned after the episode for a very special message. Hey everyone, and welcome into this week's Fast Fact. I was on a client call not too long ago, and this question came up about what hygienists think about sustainability, about going green, about those movements, and how do hygienists find practices, specifically DSOs, that align with those values. So that's what we're talking about today. So I answered the first part of that, and hopefully you all agree with me on this, but that hygienists are highly aware of excessive waste. I think it's ingrained in us on all sorts of levels, from wasting materials, wasting time, wasting emotional capacity with certain patients. We're just really aware of efficiencies. But our profession does create an unfortunate amount of garbage with very little of it able to be recycled, but we do our part when we can. Then to answer the second question, how does one choose a DSO that works towards sustainability practices? That part was a little bit easier. And if you're a hygienist looking for a job right now that's aligned with these, here are some very simple things that you should do. DSOs, unlike private practices, generally have a very robust website with a ton of information on there. They'll have whole sections about investor relations and their charity work, mission statements, and just so much more. Where private practices generally have, here's the doctor, here's the services we provide, maybe here's some of the team members, and that's pretty much it. When you scroll through a DSO website, you have the opportunity to learn so much more about what the core values of the company are and what they are doing to demonstrate those beliefs. Another thing you should do is walk through the practices. Do you see recycling bins in the break room? What are they doing with the cardboard boxes that supplies come in? Are they using digital or stuck with paper and X-ray chemicals still? And finally, you should ask in the interview what it means to them to go green. What is the company mandating at the higher level? And then what is the office actually doing at the office level? The sponsor for this episode has a glove that will largely break down in the landfills. Other gloves don't do that. Is the office that you're going to aware of such products? And will you have the ability to order them? All things to think about as you work towards your goal of finding the right office. See you next week. Thank you for listening to Fast Facts, Ask the Expert DSO edition, brought to you in part by our friends over at Cranberry. As a leader in infection control products, they have unwrapped a new glove with emphasis towards sustainability and reducing waste. While traditional nitrile gloves can take decades to biodegrade, their new BioNitrile glove will decompose 80% in just 1.5 years. Check out these and their full product line at cranberryusa.com or check out the show notes for the link. Thanks for listening and see you next week.